Why, hello everybody. Welcome back to 2B2T. We are here with 593 people. They're dropping like flies. It must be getting late. Time for bed. We've stopped by this little village, which is near some portals and stuff. Doesn't see any player stuff, but we're going to continue our journey. We're going to fly out of the village. Just take a quick gander around. We finally found some paths. It's been solid yellow on my map, 1.12 chunks forever. Now we've found some updated chunks, including some new ones, some fresh chunks. So I'm gonna go ahead and travel around and see what we can find. Shouldn't be using my elytra. I only have so much durability, but I decided that, you know, we'll fly a little bit, and then I'll have to do some repairs. See if we can spot anything. Leave enough durability on it to fly away and escape if I have to. Now that we're getting into some trails and stuff, it's possible that we can do some actual search patterns when you see a large area of just a single, like yellow, and you know, you come in and it's a larger area. It might be indicator of a base. So we'll have to do some some searching. All right, we made it back down to the water. Used a little bit of durability there. Let's continue our journey. See what we can find. Just gonna go around the edge here. I was hoping back there that at the end of the last episode that, oh, we found something, but no, it was just a decrepit village in weird terrain. Darn it anyways. Alright. Come here, boat. We need you. Off into the woods we go. We gotta go visit Grandma's house. We're taking our cookies. Or was it apples? And we're gonna get the cookies from Grandma. I forget, what's Red Riding Hood doing? When she went to visit Grandma, she was taking a basket of goodies, right? I can't remember what it was. Aha! Hello, sir. Whoops. Ow. I always love that's one of the most wonderful sounds they've put into Minecraft is when you hit a pillager and he goes, ow. Little bit of silence. We must think about our next choices. The next choice is boat in the water. All right. Show me the base. Come on, it's gonna be here. Somewhere in this location, there's a base. Dun 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 dun. We are scanning. We are going to find it. It's just over the horizon. One of these directions. Kitty, you know, it'd be great if I didn't have to have my arm controlling my mouse. 90 degrees from my body, you know, straight out, because you decided to lay on the desk right where it's comfortable to put my hand and mouse. Mm-hmm. Let me see. I guess I can move the keyboard around and put the mouse sort of down here if I move the cat hair out of the way. Well, we got some portals, one underground, one above ground, and a nice big tower. But that's not a base. Got an ender chest over here. There's not much room down here, but I put my hand down next to the keyboard on the little extend. Got one of those little extending platforms that attaches to the desk, and it's on rollers and it rolls out towards you a little bit. That's where my keyboard is. There's barely enough room off to the side to sit the mouse, but it's more comfortable than having my arm out 90 degrees to the side. So we'll try this for a little bit. Tempted to go this way a little bit, just because there's some portal activity and stuff there. If this is a large chunk of explored area here, it could lead to a base, but no, it's a path. It's an actual path, it looks like. So we will go this way instead. We hit the dry spot in the exploration. We had video after video after video of ruins and bases and little finds and stuff, which was really cool. Now I guess it's the opposite. It's time to have video after video of a couple portals in each chest and some place blocks, but no bases or ruins. That, I'm guessing, is a jungle temple. I say that because the purple would be dispensers or droppers. So I'm going to assume it's a jungle temple. It's not player made. Although, yeah, there's a jungle right there. Okay, I was going to say, although I don't see a jungle, but no, there's the edge of a jungle there. Mr. Zombie, you're not helping me to get up this hill. Quite the opposite. Not having a lot of room with your mouse definitely makes it difficult. Excuse me. I know I'm going down here to visit your buddies, but... Why, hello, sirs. You guys won't mind if I... Oh. The zombie came before I could block it up. Oh, no, here comes another one. I'm not fast enough to block the hole. Okay, there. Nobody could spawn. We're gonna do... You'll have to pardon me a little bit. Here, you guys have that flesh. I know you wanted it. Here, have a sapling too. I know you wanted the sapling. I just want to repair my elytra for a moment. There's a spawner here. It's a good chance that we'll probably have a baby zombie show up, stand on the chest in front of us, and murder us. Yeah, that's a little scary to have that chest right there, because if a baby zombie comes, I might not be able to hit it fast enough. See, this is why I like the pillagers. They're a lot faster. Whereas here, I'm sitting here waiting for this spawner. But because there's lots of other mobs around, it's probably not... Am I even getting XP to repair? Where'd my elytra go? Why is it on? Well, I guess if it's on, it's still going to repair. It's just I can't see it. I was going to block this up. Go down one. Grab that. Uh-oh. Okay, the elytra is repairing. It's just slow. I probably have more mobs up there outside than I do from this spawner. Yep. Hello, boys. You don't mind if we borrow you a little bit? Alright, cool. I'm not going to sit here and... We should probably put armor back on, shouldn't we? There we go. Excuse me. Give me my black wool back. Alright, cool. Well, we didn't repair it all the way or anything, but we got a little bit on it. It's in the green instead of the yellow, so I don't want to just... It would take all the rest of the episode just to get that up all the way, because that spawner was being too slow because it's nighttime and all the other mobs were spawning around and not helping. Sometimes you're running and it seems like you're not running. Meaning that you're not going as fast as you think you are. It's like, isn't sprinting in Minecraft faster than this? I mean, that's... right? I think it's a impression thing because, like, at my base, I've got speed on my beacon so that you can run around the inside of the base quite quickly. Whoops, that's a tree. And so then when you don't have that and you're trying to sprint, it's like, man, this seems really slow. Or vice versa, you're always using the elytra, so when you're on the ground and you're actually walking around, it's like, wow, this is kind of like, this is really slow. Especially when you're trying to travel. If you're just walking around a little area or whatever, you don't notice it. But when you're trying to make distance, it's like, hey, what's going on here? So they created dogs to fend you off from the skeletons. Cats to fend off the creepers, but they don't kill the creepers. The dogs at least kill the skeletons. So, what did they create for zombies? I mean, I guess iron golems. I guess that would be the zombie deterrent. But iron golems also won't attack creepers, which is unfortunate. So are these somebody's birds? There's got to be somebody's birds, right? Well, there is a jungle nearby, and there's remnants of a jungle, but... yeah, there's remnants of a jungle, but, I mean, it's almost like Are these someone's birds? Did they tame them and just bring them here? It's very spotty. Nice lightning storm, though. I love the storm. Not that I could show it here on the server because, you know, the Minecraft clouds and stuff can give away your part of your location. Because, you know, they all travel in one direction, so that would tell you the directions. I have a map up, doesn't matter right now, but if it was like at a base, the clouds would indicate which direction certain elements are facing. It's a pattern, so you can follow the pattern out, you know, and deduct partial coordinates, you know, geography. But it would be a cool element if... I know there's, of course, mods that do it, or texture packs, I should say, that do it. It would be a cool element if a storm was not just the lightning, and of course, you know, I mean, obviously rain. I have particles turned off. But that it could blow over trees. You would see the wind effect in the grass and in the branches because it's a storm, and so there'd be powerful winds. You could even damage, you know, a lightly constructed home. You know, if you don't have, if you have wood planks or whatever on the roof, or maybe you have hay bales, it could blow them away. That'd be kind of cool. I know there's mods that do some of that, but they are working on environmental stuff, so you never know what they're going to continue to bring into the game and make it more dynamic. Oh my goodness. Let me out. I'm being ping-ponged between zombies. And skeletons. And creepers. I just want to eat so I can run. Let me eat my steak in peace. Floating flower. I watched this really cool video yesterday. I forget the creator, so I apologize, but it was about map art. But the video wasn't really showcasing map arts or anything, and it wasn't specific to 2B2T. It was just talking about the way Minecraft handles colors and how you can get greater levels of detail by understanding how Minecraft uses colors. Because technically, while it seems like it, there's not 256 colors in Minecraft. It's not programmed for it. I guess it's only programmed for about 198 or something like that, or 189. I forget what the number was. And the reason is it has a base set of colors. And I'm not talking about just the 16 basic colors, but the actual color palette coded into the game has a full set. Then it's categorized into different types. Like they've named it, like there's grass colors, there's dirt colors. And it doesn't matter the type of block. You might have a wood block, like oak, that is considered a dirt color in the coding. And so that's your first breakout of the colors. But then it determines colors on a map from those base colors plus shadow. And this is where the difference between flat maps and stair maps, when it comes to map art, comes into play. And, you know, the guy was showing how it all works, is that Minecraft will only calculate on a map the shadow on one side. and it does it not necessarily because of the direction, but it looks at height. Just mob city around here. And so that's where, you know, sometimes the higher you go in a stair, even if you're using the same block, like if you're using red terracotta, let's say, right? And you staircase it on a map art on the screen, it'll show, I almost got struck by lightning. Each stair level to a certain height will change the red terracotta color value on the map art. And so that's how you can create really smooth transitions between colors, is because of that stair effect and the height level of the shadow in one direction. I think it was north, I can't remember. And so that's why, you know, maps have transitioned more and more to people, you know, if they want high detail, they'll use the stair maps instead of flat maps to make map art, because that gives you more colors to work with within that 180 some odd palette. So it was really interesting, and it was going through all the different color relationships and showing how they all tie in. And a lot of times it may have nothing to do with the actual block. Your colors have more to do with the coding palette that they belong to, like the earth example. And so you don't use a wood block to get the exact wood color that you see on your screen from a tree, you know, like that oak tree there. You know, you don't, the map art's not going to show you this. It is going to show you a dirt color on the map art. I don't have a map on me right now to show you an example of that, but it's going to show you dirt. So if you want to get that wood type color to show up on the map, that's where you have to start using the stair effect to take it up higher so that you get different variations of the dirt code. I just found that really interesting. I've only made one map art, and I was really simplistic with it. It was flat, and it was a copy of the banner, of the Fusionia banner. That's all it was. But some of the map art that people create, some of the ones I have in my base, some others that I've seen that I haven't collected yet, it's just absolutely amazing what people put together. And now, of course, you know, I mean, now most of them just use mods, where they load the image, the mod goes through the coding of Minecraft, selects all the blocks, the types that you need to get to the different colors and variations, and you can, whether it's a flat map or a stair map, it calculates all of the positions and the block types, and then it'll render it out for you like in, you know, a schematic, to where you can go build it, or you can even have the mod do the building for you with baritone and other things. Excuse me. And they can design really cool art, and so a lot of people do that now, and they do it really fast because they're using those mods. Whereas originally, like, you know, Angel's Melody that I have in my base, that one was built by hand before the mods existed. You know, it took the guy 3 years to build it, and it's a staircase one, and the depth of color and smoothness of transition in the image is just, it's still I think it's still one of the most detailed map arts on 2B2T for its size. There might be some smaller ones that are more detailed. But for its sheer size, I still think it's probably the most detailed that exists on the server. And it's just absolutely amazing. I know the location where it was built was discovered, and whether it's been griefed or not, I don't know, but that would be cool to go see too. To travel out to that location and find and see the staircase and the colors and the complexity of the build and everything, and know that it was all built by hand. I've done some big builds, but nothing compared to that. Not that it's a full structure, but I mean, it almost is a structure. I don't feel like boating over this, through this swamp. We'll do a little bit of flying here for the last couple of minutes of the episode. Kind of wiggle around and see if we can find any indicators. Hopefully I haven't passed anything that I just didn't see because I've been busy rambling away at you. It's always exciting when you find the ruins and the bases and the interesting stuff. In between, it's just me walking and traveling, and so I've got to fill it with something, and so I start blabbing, right? Appreciate it, though, those of you that stick around and listen to my blabbing. Don't know if I say anything interesting or I spark any thoughts, but it's appreciated nonetheless. Thank you very much. I'm almost to 2,000 subscribers, which is amazing. I've been thinking of, do I need to do a better job of advertising? Posting my links to my videos in places where it's allowed. See if I can get some more viewers, or I can catch some people's interest. I mean, sometimes I find, I see the comments. It's like, I just found your videos. It's really cool to see that someone's recording on 2B2T, and things like that. I've been looking for more videos and more content. Or they say, I really appreciate your style. It's not cut and chop format that so many, videos are today. I had that conversation earlier, or just the other day, with my partner. She's younger than me and different generation, and it's like, sit there and watch a show or a movie or something. And I'll sit there and I'll watch the entire thing. Even the little bits that might be slower or might be boring or whatever. I'll watch the entire thing. And follow the story or follow what's going on and, and all of that. And enjoy it. But a lot of the young people today, they won't. They'll sit there and they'll skip forward constantly. Because there'll be a little portion of the show that's where it's two people talking about something, but it's not dramatic or it's not interesting to them, and so they'll skip forward and then watch a little bit, skip forward and then watch a little bit and skip forward. It's kind of like skim reading, a book where you don't read the entire book or anything. You're just skimming through it and catching a few key areas in the different paragraphs and stuff that generates the story in your mind, which is kind of amazing that your brain can do that. You still miss a lot of stuff, and you miss a lot of the context of what the author intended. And it's the same for shows and stuff. You miss stuff and whatnot. Some of it not important, some of it important. But it's just a different generation to where the younger people today, I don't know, is it that they don't have the attention span? That they don't have the patience? Or it's just been so ingrained into them, short media content, that they have to, it has to be constantly entertaining on a level of action. It's kind of like if you watch, main movies today, most of the movies, it'll be constant action scene, action scene, action scene, action scene. Whereas if you go back and you look at older movies, you'll have your action scene, and then you'll have sections of where there's discussions or other things happening and stuff going on. Sorry. In the movie. That's not vital to the story or movie, but it's dialogue and stuff, right? Or scenes of the sun setting, let's just say, and a couple sitting on the beach watching the sun setting, and it's part of the movie or the story, and it's meant to maybe show that, oh, it's a romantic moment. And why am I not? Okay. Is my battery going dead? I was holding down the key, but then I stopped moving. Now it's back. Maybe my keyboard's dirty again. But anyways, that's a part that a lot of today's youth, they would skip through that. Instead of just take the 30 seconds and watch the sunset on the screen, right? They would skip through it. Interesting. Anyways, we're at 30 minutes, a little over. We've found a village. We really didn't find anything outside of a couple portals that we went past and an ender chest. That's about it. Some blocks here and there. We're definitely out into the wilderness, but we're not out far enough where we're finding lots of new chunks yet. We got these little spots like this one coming up in front of me here, where it's a new chunk. You can see the gray. And so therefore you can see it here. We've got grass and stuff and whatnot in the new chunks that get loaded as I pass them. But otherwise, it's pretty empty out here. Although it's all loaded. Well, not all. There's been some paths. But like this area here, it's all loaded. Which again, and just to end the episode and just do a quick check if we can get away from the creeper here. Come here. There we are. We'll fly up into the air for a moment. So we can see that it's all loaded in this area for a large section, which means players have completely explored this whole area. Which typically, outside of, the spawn areas, you would go, oh, well, yeah, it's because it's been here for years and years and years and years and people have explored. But we're out quite a ways. Here's a portal. Old style village. But this is where you'd get out here and you'd go, well, maybe there's a base nearby. Because everything's loaded, right? And we're out far enough. There's a lot of portals here. So there is possibility, but it could also be that, other people thought the same thing. See, here's the edge. And so they were just exploring this entire area looking for the base, and that's why everything's loaded. But there's no base. Yep, there's our first dungeon, trial dungeon that we found on this journey out. Just doing a little flying here at the end of the episode to check out this this large chunk area here on the map that shows explored land. Just to see if maybe there is something, especially since we had a bunch of portal activity over there. But I'm not seeing anything. It's a large enough square to where you might think there could be something. See that somebody's poured water there to collect some obsidian far in the past. The only other potential is if it's just a little over this direction from where we came up. On my next, once I reach the goals of this one, my next adventure, I might decide to switch it up and go ahead and travel to one of my bases and set a pearl and then stock up on gear and rockets and repair materials and all of that. And then the next one I might, more of just do an elytra exploration. If the server's cooperating, that was part of the reason I didn't do it always in the past, is because you'd be flying on the elytra and nothing would load around you to give you good visibility to see if you were passing anything. Yeah, I don't think this is a base area. It's just a large loaded area because of how old it is and just a lot of people passing through. Definitely some people were checking out stuff. There's a bed there someone set. People were searching the area to see if there was the potential of a base, but doesn't look like anybody found it. Coming up on the edge again. All right. Well, let's go ahead and land on this little hill here. A little frozen pond. There we go. And we will continue our journey in the next episode and see what we can find. Some ice spikes. Thanks for joining, everybody. See you in the next episode. Take care.